Good, happy Saturday morning. I don't know if you could hear the birds. They've quieted down a bit. But when I first came out, oh my goodness, were they ever chatty and singing? It's the first time that it's actually sounded like spring. I'm just going to take you on the end of my morning walk. I noticed yesterday, I'm trying to walk a lot more, and especially after my meals. And my goal is to get up and first thing in the morning go for a walk. This is something I used to do years ago. This is all pre-COVID. And COVID just kind of changed things for me. That's when I thought I was doing okay. But I was snacking on unhealthy food. A lot of chips, chocolate, candy. I was eating my way through COVID, through the pandemic. And so I'm paying the price for that, for those decisions. I'm paying for it now. And I'm trying to get my life back in order. My goal is to dance into my 60s, a strong, healthy, vibrant woman. And that's my goal. And so I'm seeing an amazing doctor who has got me on hormone replacement therapy. Woohoo! Way to go. It's taken a while to get there, but here I am. And I'm wearing a glucose monitor. And I can't tell you how challenging it was to put that on. It was a barrier for me because I had a pretty good idea that I'm not in a great place, but to actually see a number pop up and to have that monitoring you. So if you're eating something that isn't great for you, it's a feedback. And I should have known for years that that was the way to go because biofeedback has worked for me in the past. I remember being in the hospital and I could hear this after a surgery. And I remember hearing this machine beeping, beeping, beeping. And I'm like, what is that? And it took a little bit of time for me to realize that's me. I'm like not breathing properly. My heart is racing. And I thought, I'm going to try this biofeedback. I had been reading about it. This is way back in the late 90s. And I just took a deep breath in and a longer deep breath out. And I kept doing that. And all of a sudden I heard the machine slow down, slow down. And I thought, this is fantastic. So that's something I want to, it's something that's reminded me that this stuff works for me if it's in my face and I'm aware what's happening. So wearing the glucose monitor, I'm very aware of what's going on. So I'm making it an effort right now to walk after every meal and walk in the morning as well. So hopefully by summer, I will be getting up early and going out for my morning walk and then having breakfast. I'm going to do things slowly so that they become natural for me. So this morning, I did that little exercise machine I mentioned in one of my musings. It's not really an exercise machine. It kind of vibrates. It mimics running, jogging, and walking. So I did 15 minutes of that and then did some stretches and started my day. I noticed that dehydration can bring the glucose levels up as well. So I remember talking to or participating in a raw diet challenge. And I had to drink 4 glasses of water first thing in the morning before I put anything else in my body. And that was challenging until it became not challenging and became my way of life. And I got away from that too. So I'm back to doing that. And I notice a difference. So that's awesome. I'm standing here looking at a pussy willow. The pussy willows are starting. Oh, beautiful. Happy birthday. Yeah, so, oh, yeah, what I wanted to mention was, so yesterday I'm out doing my daily walk, and it was a challenge for me. I did not want to do it. I would rather go to bed. I was feeling sluggish and just not great. But I forced myself to go out. And so I was miserable, and I'm walking, and I'm so in my head. And I'm going to turn off here to my little forest. And then halfway through the walk, I just kind of stopped and thought, this isn't working for me. I got to find a way for this to work. And it was then that I tuned into what was going on around me. And I listened to the birds, and I saw the birds flying by. And as I was doing that, a bald eagle flew over the river and just so silent and just so beautifully, majestically, just glided through the air. And in its talons were something to make its nest. It wasn't food. You could tell by the shape and the length of it. And I was just like, wow, what a moment. And then I could see more birds. I could hear more. My heart started to lift. And I thought, okay, pull up my phone, start taking pictures, video record some stuff. I see the ducks, the geese. And then I lifted. And I'm like, I can walk all day doing this. And that's when it clicked for me that I have to do things my way. I think I mentioned this in another video. Let Bartlett be Bartlett. It was the West Wing episode where they were trying to make the president be something that he wasn't. And it wasn't working, and everybody was miserable. And so whenever I'm in a situation where things aren't going right and I'm pushing against what I guess the norm is or what others are doing, it doesn't work. But when I just take a step back and say, I'm going to achieve the same results, but I'm going to do it my way. And I hear my guide say to me now, let Wanda be Wanda. Do you. Don't do other people, do you. Find a way to do it so that it's filling your heart and your soul, so that it's not a chore. And that's what I'm trying to do now. I shouldn't say trying, I am doing it. I hesitated coming out for a walk this morning, but I know it's good for me. I know I feel good. And as soon as I stepped out onto the deck, there was this chorus of birds singing. I made that sound so romantic, didn't I? There was a lot of birds. And it sounded so beautiful. And it just encouraged me to keep going. So I did the hard stuff up and down the hill, got my heart pumping. Whoops, sorry about that. Got my heart pumping. And now I'm doing the slow part to slow down and just feel these muscles, parts of my body that haven't walked and exercised in a while. And a part of me wants to say, they're screaming out in pain, but they're actually probably dancing in joy to say, yes, we're moving again. Woo! This is awesome. This can make me feel emotional because I've ignored them for so long. But not anymore. Not anymore. Okay, whatever you do today, do you. Don't do what everyone else is doing. Do. I'm going to cry. Do what makes your heart sing. Oh, there's a bird right there. Do what makes your heart sing. Do you, and you'll get the same results. Yeah, that's all I have to say. Be well, my friend.